Let's talk about a pretty radical idea. What if you could actually become addicted to discipline? Yeah, you heard that right. Forget all the struggle and forcing yourself to do things. We're going to look at how you can rewire your brain to actually crave the hard work that gets you where you want to go.
Does this sound familiar? You wake up, you know exactly what you should do, but the daily battle to actually do it is just exhausting. You end up procrastinating and you feel guilty about it. Well, you're not alone. And here's the thing, it's probably not because you're lazy. It's because your brain is literally wired to work against you.
And this is the idea that changes everything. The problem isn't a lack of willpower. It's that your brain has become addicted to comfort. It's been trained over and over to always seek the easiest path, the path of least resistance.
I mean, think about it. Every single time you scroll through social media or you pick a distraction over that important task, your brain gets a tiny little hit of dopamine. It's like a little reward, a little pat on the back. And over time, this creates a really powerful addiction to comfort, which makes any kind of meaningful work feel like a massive struggle by comparison. So we've been asking the wrong question this whole time. The goal isn't to force yourself into this constant struggle. The real question is, how do we reprogram our brains to find the work itself rewarding? Because when discipline starts to feel good, that's when it becomes automatic. So how do we actually do that? Well, it all starts with designing your environment. All right, our first set of strategies is all about the externals. This isn't about changing who you are overnight, not at all. It's about changing the things around you to make discipline the path of least resistance. We're going to cover 3 really simple but incredibly powerful tactics here. Starting small to build that all-important consistency, removing friction from your environment to make good choices easy, and using the 5-minute rule to crush procrastination before it even starts. Okay, so many of us fail right here because we try to go from 0 to 100 in one day. We decide, that's it, I'm waking up at 5 a.m., I'm going to work out for an hour, and I'm going to read 50 pages. And by what, day 3, we're totally burned out and right back to our old habits? The secret is to start so ridiculously small that your brain doesn't even notice. Want to read more? Read 1 page. Want to exercise? Start with 5 push-ups. It's all about building the habit, the consistency, not about hitting some huge goal on day 1. This quote is everything. It sets up our next strategy perfectly. Because it doesn't matter how motivated you feel in the moment, your environment, it usually gets the final vote. Your willpower is like a battery. It runs out. But a well-designed environment, that works for you 24/7. So what does it mean to remove friction? It's really simple. You make the good habits easy and the bad habits hard. You know, if your phone is charging in another room, scrolling in bed suddenly becomes a lot of work. That's high friction. But if a book is sitting right there on your pillow, reading becomes the easiest choice. You have to design your space to support your goals. When you do that, discipline just kind of happens. Let's be real for a second. The hardest part of almost any task isn't doing the work, it's starting the work. Our brains are experts at building this huge wall of resistance. Well, the 5-minute rule is your secret weapon to smash right through it. Just tell yourself, look, I'm only going to do this for 5 minutes. That's it. This trick lowers the barrier so much that your brain just gives up fighting you. And here's the magic part. Once you start, momentum almost always takes over. Before you know it, 5 minutes has turned into 30, and you didn't even notice. Okay, so fixing your environment, that's a massive step. But for discipline to become a real permanent part of who you are, you have to work on your internal landscape. These next strategies are all about rewiring your brain and changing your mindset from the inside out. We're going to dive into 4 key mental shifts here, learning to actually embrace boredom, understanding the incredible power of tracking your wins, changing your self-identity, and mastering the critical skill of delaying gratification. We live in a world of endless notifications, endless scrolling, well, everything. Our brains are just completely overstimulated, addicted to constant novelty. And this makes deep, focused work feel painfully boring and slow. The solution? You have to intentionally embrace boredom. Go for a walk without music. Just sit in silence for 10 minutes. At first, it's going to feel super uncomfortable, but what you're doing is retraining your brain to calm down, which allows focus to become your natural state again. Your brain needs to see proof. It thrives on evidence. If all your effort feels like it's just disappearing into a black hole, your motivation is gonna die. That's why tracking your wins is so unbelievably powerful. Get a simple calendar. And every day you do your habit, put a big fat X on it. Seeing that chain grow makes your progress feel real, tangible. And pretty soon, your motivation totally shifts. You're not just doing the habit anymore, you're doing it because you don't want to break the chain. Now, this one is subtle, but it is so profound. You have to stop trying to be disciplined. The word trying literally programs your brain for failure. It implies struggle. Instead, you need to decide who you are. Don't say, I'm trying to work out. Say, I am a person who doesn't miss workouts. You claim the identity first, and then your brain will get to work closing the gap between who you say you are and what you actually do. This is basically the superpower of disciplined people. It's choosing the discomfort of a workout right now for the feeling of health and energy later. It's resisting that urge to check your phone right now so you can achieve that state of deep focus that feels amazing. And the best part? It's a muscle. You can actually train it. Every time you consciously delay some small pleasure, you are literally making your self-control stronger. Whew! Okay, we have covered a lot of ground. So, to make this all feel real and actually doable, let's just bring it all together with a very simple challenge. That's it, just one. Don't you dare try to implement all 7 of these strategies at once. That's falling right back into the same old trap of trying to do too much too soon. Your only job right now is to pick just one of these ideas, whichever one really jumped out at you, and commit to that one thing. And this, right here, is the final, most crucial point. Motivation is an emotion. It's flaky. It comes and it goes. True, lasting change doesn't depend on how you feel. It depends on building systems and taking deliberate actions, especially on the days you don't feel like it. So I'll just leave you with this one question. Forget about tomorrow. Forget about next week. What is the one small disciplined action you are going to take today to start becoming the person you actually want to be? Thanks for tuning in.